That means a lot, even though at times when I get amplified, I can come across as a little bit of an asshole. Believe me, things like that are so fucking touching. So I love hearing things like that. So Kristen, you said I probably won't give you a shout out, but it would be epic if I did. Well, guess what? Consider this epic, because there's your shout out. Thank you, Kristen. It means a lot to me. So moving on though with Roman Reigns, because we do got to get the business, Kristen. Roman Reigns, I've been hearing for a couple of weeks now that he has not been happy with his spot in the way he's being booked. Obviously, the way I've been hearing it has just been full rumor, so I didn't even bother making a video on it because I just won't do straight rumors. And my guys just didn't have more facts, so there's nothing I could do. My hands were kind of tied. But I am going to make the video now because just recently Roman Reigns kind of shot back at some rude fans, I guess you could say, on Twitter. This one fan took to Twitter and just left a comment. Now, usually Roman Reigns will not, do battle on his Twitter with fans. He just won't. Sometimes he'll respond to fans, but he usually doesn't do battle. And this one fan said, I find it highly disrespectful, and I'm paraphrasing, I find it highly disrespectful the way that you hold the United States Championship like a backpack. Very disrespectful. So Roman Reigns actually shot back with this guy, and he said, it's not how you hold the belt, it's how you defend the belt. How about you worry about you, and I'll worry about me? Sound good? And we thought that was it. And then a bunch of fans, Roman Reigns' fans, actually jumped on this other fan who was going against Reigns. So a lot of Roman Reigns fans came to his defense, basically. So I don't know if it was the same fan or another fan actually jumped in and said, wow, sorry, Roman, didn't know you were this over on Twitter. Where are all of these fans at the live events? Ouch. So this fan literally came out and said, you're more over on Twitter than you are in WWE. That had to have stung, and sure enough, Roman Reigns came back with that as well. Said, why don't you go back to work, earn enough money so you can go to the live event and find out for yourself? How about that? Deuces. He put up the peace sign there. That's fucking funny, man. So Roman went back and said basically that this guy's just a loser who can't afford to even go to a live event. So how would he know? Fucking loved it. It was an awesome exchange. I wish they kept going, but I think Reigns, at one point, one of those fans asked, why aren't you phenomenal like AJ Styles? Just fucking with him. And he even commented to that too. He said, I'm pretty sure I beat him twice. Go back to the network and watch for yourself. Another peace sign, deuces, And so Reigns was like fighting back with these. Not a smart thing to do, because what that usually does, if you're going to go back to the negativity, you're going to actually attract more negativity. And once you start, brawling or battling with a couple of fucking trolls or morons, once they see that it's working, other people, they will start doing it too. So that's not smart unless you're going to be going heel soon. Because then this all would make sense, you know what I mean? Then you can start doing the heel shit, you know what I mean? Jericho loves that shit. That heel roll, because he's so big on Twitter that he loves doing that. He can just fuck with fans whenever he wants. So that mixed with the fact that I've been hearing that Reigns was not happy with the way he's being booked. And it's ironic because I've been kind of liking the way he's been booked lately. He hasn't been shoved down our throats. I know Reigns fans hate that. When the non-Reigns fans say shoved down our throat, I know you guys hate that. But don't worry, I'm just saying that I don't think he has been lately. I think he's been placed perfectly. You're giving more time to Owens, who's the champion. Jericho's the most over right now, so they're giving him more time. They're starting to build up Braun. They need to obviously do something with one of your top faces, Seth. And the whole time, Reigns is in the middle of that picture anyway. He's just not being fucking just placed always in the fucking main spot and always ending Raw. So I think it's been good. It's ironic that he's kind of been put in the back a little bit, not so present, in the front, and that's now when he's not happy with the booking. So I don't know if Vince is waking up or is it Roman, and Roman has finally been going to Vince and saying, listen, you got to turn me heel. Look what had happened to my cousin. Look what happened when you did it to The Rock. The Rock's career was defined by turning him heel. That's when he really turned it up and got the fans to fucking love him. And you got to do that for me. I think probably it's Reigns asking Vince now, but I think Vince wants to do a little something with the Shield, or at least Seth and Roman for a while. But soon, maybe before WrestleMania or after, I think we're going to finally see a Roman Reigns heel turn. In Scotland, the amount of boos that Reigns got was so huge. Corey Graves actually had the comment on it. He said something like, I wish I could hear you over this great response or something. I'm paraphrasing. But he basically made a little bit of joke about it because you heard the boos so prevalent. And by the way, that was taped. They could have done something to those boos. Maybe they tried, I don't know. But that was really heavy. And I heard from several fans that were in attendance on that Raw in Scotland. They said that it was unlike anything they've ever fucking heard before. Like how loud they were booing. So maybe everyone is starting to take notice that maybe a heel turn is the best way to go. But it sucks because they were just trying to do something with the Shield, or at least with him and Seth. Maybe they'll still go forward with that. And that could have something to do with why he was abruptly taking off that UK leg of the tour too. Because I heard that it was that was issued out premeditatively. So it wasn't just spur of the moment. But I also heard that that was kind of like, it was last second that he pulled that request. So in other words, like before they hit the UK tour, he asked for that time off. Not confirmed, guys. I want to make that fucking totally out there right now. I want to put that out there. That's not confirmed. But I am hearing that he asked for that right before they went on that tour. So that's really last minute for Vince, and that's why they had him start the tour and then had to pull him. So even though he did request a time in advance, it was very, very last minute, like right before that tour. So that's more fucking like, I think there's something's going on backstage, some heat between Vince and Roman, I feel. And I think Roman is starting to act out his frustrations even on social media now, like actually starting to battle back a little with the fans. But I thought it was an amusing exchange. Roman Reigns is very witty. You know what I mean? If you put him in that heel spot, I think he's going to fucking shine, dude. He could be a monster heel, but he can also be a funny fucking heel. Because I just see him like Jericho, just bashing fans, man. Especially on social media. Because I was getting into it. It's too bad he actually pulled away. One fan actually put, "Oh, since we got his attention," or something like that. "Hello." And Roman actually put, "Hi. Okay, now that's it. I really got to stop. Bye." So even Roman realized, like, I got to get off this thing. So, we'll see, man. I think things are slowly starting to build, and I'm starting to see little things like I think management has finally realized that we have